and welcome back to my channel. My name's Paris and this is my creative corner. So today I thought I would share with you how I make homemade DIY candles. I've got a few here that I made before now. This one is a rose candle. It smells like lemon. And made this one. You've got roses. And I also made a little jar one. I figured I would do a DIY and show you how you can make yours at home. So first of all, we'll go through what you'll need to make the candles. To start off with, most importantly, you will need some wax. And these come in pellets, so which is pretty good because you don't have to cut it down or anything like that. I also have some candle wicks, a mould. This is the rose one, as you can see there. A few little essential oils to make it smell all lovely. Obviously I've got the glass jars that I'll put them in. You'll need a pair of scissors so you can cut the wick. You will need a Pyrex or a heat-proof jug and a pot. Mine has been very used with DIYs, so you can also dye it, but I will show you what happened. I ran out of my normal oil dyes. I just wanted to show you what happens when you use food dye. So you need to make sure you use an oil-based dye, and I'm just going on my hands here. Otherwise it won't work and it will just sit all on the glass there and at the bottom. So just wanted to show you that you need to, if you're going to add dyes to it, you need to make sure that it's oil-based. Let's get started. So first of all, we will need to make sure you cover your side with either wax-proof paper, newspaper. I'm just using some, I've forgotten the name of it. What am I using? Packing paper. Yeah, I'm just using some brown packing paper for mine. You want to protect your side first to make sure you don't get it over your kitchen surface or wherever you want to do it. The next step would be to cut down your wax, but we've got the pellets, so I'm going to skip that step. The next step, you want to fill your your pot with some water halfway. So that should be about right. And then I'm going to place that on high heat on my stove. Need a lighter too. I'm going to measure out the amount of wax that I need for my glass jar. Now, worked out yesterday, fill these up twice to make sure that it fits the entire jar. Now I'm going to tap that out and put it into my jug, and that's the second one. Pop that in there as well. And once you've got that in the jug, look, you just want to pop that into the pot that's on the stove. Let the water boil, and it will eventually melt the wax down. Now you can use a wax thermometer or candy thermometer, but I don't have one of them, so I'll just wait until it goes completely clear and then you can add your essential oils if you wanted to make it fragranced, and mix that in well, and then if you wanted to with an oil based colourant you could add that as well. Once your wax is melted, you need to add a pen or something that will balance on top of your glass, and you can either wrap the top of the wax wick, candle wick, around the pen to make sure that it stays in the middle of the glass, or what I prefer to do, just as it comes to being fully melted in the pot, I like to dip the metal bit into the wax, and then I'll just pop it into the jar and let that stick for a few minutes, and then I don't bother I don't know what that is. Then I don't worry about twisting it around the pen. I just balance the pen on how to keep it in the middle of the glass. Shouldn't be too much longer. I would say it generally takes about just under 10 minutes to melt down. It depends on how big you've cut it as well, if you are cutting from a block. So I would generally, like I done some of the tea lights yesterday, and I reused the pack of clear unscented tea lights, and I just chopped it and like basically shaved it so that it was really small bits. I've left these jars for 24 hours before I move them or do anything with them. Same goes for these ones, 24 hours inside the mould so that it doesn't get damaged or anything. So I'm just about to bring it off the boil because it has finished melting. You want to be extremely careful when you do this because it can be hot. Now, first of all, I'm going to dip the candle wick in, shake off the excess. And I'm just going to place this into the jar, like so. And we'll put that down on the side there. You want to try and get it as central as possible, and then I'm going to place my pen onto there so that it doesn't fall over. I'm going to give the wax a quick stir just to get the little white bits in the middle melted. Now at this point you want to add your oil. So this one I'm going to be adding is lavender, which is really good for like relaxation, help you to sleep and stuff. So I'm just going to pop, because these are only little tiny jars, I'm just going to pop the entire thing in. There we go. And then I'm going to give that a quick mix. Oh, it smells lovely. And then before I take off the heat, I'm going to pop on some oven gloves. And there you have it. It's all liquidy. Carefully pour this into the jar, and then it's up to you how far you want to fill the glass up. I like to fill it quite high, so make sure you do not move that until it is set for at least an hour. And then once it's set, you leave it for 24 hours and it'll be something like this. Now it does take a bit of finesse, because sometimes when you If you move them too early, it'll move the wick in the middle, and it'll leave like a dent or a hole in the middle of the candle. So you want to be quite careful not to do that. So now I'm going to do a quick one in here, because I'm actually making these for Christmas this year for friends and family. You want to do repeat exactly the same thing. Again, for a mould like this, you need at least 2.5 of these jars full of wax to fill this mould, sorry. So I'm just going to pop this into my jar again. Just repeat the process, add the fragrance, and then pour it into the mould. And I would say for every two melts that you do on your boiler, I would just add a glass of water into into your pot so that it doesn't burn out all the way. Right guys, so I went and took the wax off the boiler, and this is what it looks like without any fragrance. I'm going to do this one first. So I'm not going to make this one scented, so I'm going to take my candle wick, and this one I've just cut down so it's a bit smaller, so it doesn't have to be too big for the actual mould. With the leftover wax I've got here, I'm just going to add in my next fragrance, and this is Ocean. It smells very fresh, beautiful. Just going to pour that in, the whole thing. Again, you want to give it a quick stir. So the actual fragrance is giving it a slight colour. So it's like a greeny blue. If you've got any leftover wax in your jar, what I would do is take one of your tea light little moulds and just pour, nearly done it round above, pour it into there, and then you can either have a little tea light one. Once it hardens, I will remelt it and use it again for another candle. So that's about it really guys. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment box below, and I will definitely get back to you. Got a lot more DIYs coming your way. These are great for Christmas ideas, for little prezzies. So yeah, be sure to keep watching, and just always remember to be inspired, be positive, and be you. Till next time guys, bye.